This session is about the bi-directional integration of Clarive with a third-party vendor tool provider, such as Bugzilla, Jira, BMC Remedy Force, and in this case, ServiceNow. So what I have here is a ServiceNow instance with change requests and my Clarive database with change request topics. And the goal is when I create a change request in ServiceNow or a change request get derived from an incident or a problem in ServiceNow, it's going to replicate some of the data and create a change request in Clarive. The change request in Clarive will go through the workflow, through the life cycle, and we will select certain statuses to synchronize with ServiceNow. So here I will create a new change request in ServiceNow. Say it's a software category change request, and I want to add a second address for a customer to the DB2 table. And I will give it a description. It's just to make a distinction between the invoice and the delivery address that we need that second address. By submitting this into ServiceNow, I have now a change request 30,051. Looking at my Clarive instance, refreshing it, I can see now that I have a new change request that has been added. That change request is coming from ServiceNow because I have here the relation with the number that we got from ServiceNow. I have the title that has been replicated and I have the description that has been replicated, and I can start working on my change request in Clarive now. I can edit my change request and say, well, I will assign it in the tool, assign it to, and I will, well, that's for us, that's an enhancement request, and it has to be for the client app. Just saving this and looking at the detailed view now of my change request in Clarive, I can see that I have a new status assigned. I have a new status assigned. The type enhancement has been filled. The owner and the application has been filled. Looking at my ServiceNow change request, I can see now that from the status new, the status has been changed from work in progress or to work in progress. When in Clarive, the change request will go through a number of statuses, like there is the change and advisory board review, and then it will get ready for scheduling and in scheduling and ready for development. We won't synchronize all the statuses, but just the milestones will be synchronized with ServiceNow. This is an example how this is done in Clarive. Well, in Clarive we have the ruling system, and looking at our rules, we have a web service rule, which is the ServiceNow for the inbound call, and we have an event-driven rule, which is the ServiceNow for the outbound call, because when we change status in Clarive, we have an event. Topic change status, and when we change the status, we need to make a ServiceNow outbound call, of course only when it's a change request, and there we will synchronize at that time the statuses. We also have two CIs. We can have multiple servers, so we will define here the development server for ServiceNow, and we have the categories. And that's here in the case for change request, we just indicate, well, for that development server, the category in Clarive change request will be related to the ServiceNow table change underscore request. These are the fields that need to be replicated at creation, and these are the statuses that need to be mapped and synchronized at the status change. So this was an example of an integration with ServiceNow. And as I said in the beginning, it can be ServiceNow, could be Jira, could be Bugzilla, could be BMC Remedy Force, just to name a few. And there are many others that we can just synchronize and build that bi-directional interface with easily.